Would you buy a lock that only protected your home from burglars for 2 years? Of course not. But would you buy a phone that only protected you from hackers for 2 years? Well, it seems that thousands of people would, because they're no longer receiving security updates from their manufacturer. So why can't they just make phones that will stay safe for life? Kate, why do we actually need these patches?
Patches are protecting you against all kinds of new threats. If you think about apps and operating systems, they are millions and millions and millions of lines of code, and inevitably there are going to be problems with them. So you're constantly trying to keep one step ahead of the hackers and the criminals. It's really important to make sure that your phone is still getting updates. Otherwise, you're potentially at risk from identity theft, losing your data, all kinds of things.
How long you can expect updates for varies massively with manufacturer. Apple typically supply 5 to 6 years worth of updates. Samsung say that they'll be giving 4 years for most of their models, but there are some Android manufacturers that give as little as 2.
Now, it's worth noting that that's from the date of the launch, not from the date you bought it. So if you're buying an older model phone, you need to check when it was launched to see how long it's going to be updated for.
So that's where Which's new calculator comes in. You just type in your model of phone and we'll tell you if you're still receiving updates and how much longer you can expect them. So I've put my phone in and that's given me less than a year of updates left. What should I do when they stop?
If your phone's out of support, you should be thinking about replacing it as soon as you can. Now, we know that's not always possible to go out and buy a new phone. So in the meantime, it's really important to make sure that all your apps are up to date. Make sure your data's backed up in case there are any problems with data, and be really careful. Think twice about using your phone for any online shopping or banking particularly.
At Which, we think it's unacceptable that manufacturers are selling phones which have a shelf life of less than 2 years. It's not good for consumers and it's not good for the planet. We're calling on brands to support phones for at least 5 years from launch, but also to be clearer on when you can expect your phone to stop receiving updates. To find out how fraudsters can steal your SIM, watch the video here, and then click here to subscribe to the free Buy Smart newsletter with all sorts of hints and tips. And then finally, subscribe to the Which YouTube channel for more great content like this.